Thanks for joining me for another episode of your astrology weather report for the week of December 12th. If you're new here, hi. My name is Natalie Dajay. I've traded an almost 20-year career in the field of mental health and psychology to teach you everything I know about astrology and the occult. This channel is all about the astrology the astrology weather report of the week. The biggest thing happening this week is that we're having a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. If you're a Sagittarius Sun or Mars, this should be an excellent time for you. If you're a Sagittarius Moon as well as rising, this would also be an excellent time for you. If you happen to have any of the fire signs at the Mars placement, this will also be an excellent time for you, as well as air signs, okay? If you happen to have any of the mutable signs, and that will be Pisces, Virgo, obviously Sagittarius, and Gemini. This is also going to be an excellent time for you. This is a great time for manifestation. When we have a new moon in astrology, it's a great time to set a new goal, to basically set some new intentions about what we wish to accomplish. Sagittarius is my sun sign, so it is an energy that I am familiar with. Some of the qualities that Sagittarians embody are confidence, bravery, adventure, a thirst for knowledge, and a desire to go beyond the limits. Forever honest and optimistic, Sagittarius is quite the positive zodiac sign that it seems to be. Sagittarians are traditionally fairly hopeful and fairly courageous in the way that they take on the world. Sagittarius, as you know, is the adventurer of the zodiac, and Sagittarius likes to go on conquest. Sagittarius likes to chase and to win. So when you have this moon that is trine with our North Node, what you're going to have is this kind of emotional desire to want to achieve, to want to outdo yourself, to want to put your all into it. As you know, Sagittarius is a fire sign, which means it is naturally deeply intense and passionate. So for those of you that are entrepreneurs or business owners or that are working, in different fields, it's important for you to consider whether you've been feeling like you have reached your limit in terms of growth capacity in your current position. It's a time to think about a future that is way bigger, way more expensive. As we know, Jupiter is currently retrograde, so this isn't the best time for luck. However, the seeds that we do plant now, if we are brave enough to plant those seeds now, we're going to be harvesting them within the next couple of weeks. This is an opportunity to think bigger, to think broader, and to free ourselves from our own self-limiting. Because a lot of times, many of us will decide that it's not going to work before we even try. Many of us will assume that our position is not, the best position before we even give ourselves a chance to thrive. I would argue that many people are more afraid of succeeding than they are of failure. This is why a lot of people quickly accept failure than they do accept success. A lot of people won't try and will establish that failure is inevitable. What Sagittarius never does as a zodiac sign is bet against themselves. Sagittarius is fairly confident in their abilities to accomplish whatever it is they set their mind to. So if there's one thing they have an abundance of is energy, enthusiasm, and really hope. Hope for a better future, regardless of what the current situation looks like. So what are the ways that you've been lying to yourself about your inability to do things? What are the ways that you've been lying to yourself about your ability to do all things? In which ways have you been creating stories or visions or mindsets or mantras or ethics around, falsehood? Because this new moon is going to be square Neptune, there's going to be a lot of revelations, that's been kind of egging at us for a while around ways that we have been lying to ourselves about what we can and can't do, and ways that we've backed up these lies with falsehood. Because a lot of times we can make up our own stories of failure and of lack, which may not even be rooted in reality. But unfortunately, when that's a space that we're in emotionally, we just run with it and assume that it's, what's real when none of it is. So if you're someone who naturally struggles with confidence, with going for the things that you want, with lying to yourself about your abilities, if you're someone who naturally has a negative way of thinking about yourself and the world and your aptitude and your self-worth and your ability and your worthiness and your ability to go for the things that you want in life, this is a great opportunity for you to reset the clock on some of that negativity, some of that self deception, so that you can learn to write a new story for yourself about where you want to be in 2024. We only have a few more days left in this year to accomplish the things we want to accomplish. Yes, Jupiter is currently retrograde, but it's going to be going direct come spring of 2024. This is a great opportunity to create a vision. If there's one thing Sagittarius is big about, it's having a vision. Sagittarius never gets lost in the minutia of the war, into the details, into the specifics. They allow their mindset to be broad, and they follow that mindset all the way to the end. So it's time to clarify the vision. What are some obstacles that are standing in the way of us fine-tuning the vision, of us dreaming big, of us believing in our dreams, of us going for the things that we want? And what is this kind of like perpetual gridlock that we've created in our mindset about our inability to overcome these challenges? This is an opportunity to closely examine that and write a new script. A new moon is an opportunity to set new goals, to set a new mindset, to decide to have a new attitude. In order to change our lives, we have to be willing to change our energy. Our energy, our Mars sign, is how we manifest, is how we create. It's how we make our dreams come true. So if our energy has not been one of courage, bravery, honesty, openness, boldness, then this is an opportunity to really dig into some of that energy. As you know, the universe rewards the brave. Sometimes it's not so much how well you do it, but the fact that you do it. This new moon is going to be happening at the 20th degree. And if there's any sort of deceit or lies that you guys have been living with, that you have been living with for so long, that you now have accepted as the truth, this is going to be an opportunity for you to confront yourself with those lies and choose to enlighten yourself with more powerful truths so you can set yourself free from those traps. So if you have Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, or Gemini at the sun, moon, or rising, you will be deeply impacted, especially if you have it at the rising. If you happen to have it at Mars, this is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of this time to manifest something new. And more specifically, if you have it as a stellium, this is like golden, okay? This emotional labor that needs to happen with regards to us telling ourselves the truth about who we are, the stories we've made up about ourselves, who we decided we're going to be in this reality, this existence, and whether that story needs to be fine-tuned. Now is the time for us to get in front of that, because next week we're going to be having a lot of aspects with our moon that are going to be bringing a lot of tension and conflict. So emotionally speaking, next week is going to be a disaster. So you couple that with the holiday season where everybody's already feeling on edge, I can see a lot of explosions coming for a lot of people next week. So this is kind of the opportunity to face the music this week is, before we force ourselves into a corner next week with some of these unresolved emotional issues that we're having about our own abilities, our own self-worth, and the mechanisms through which we can basically manifest our dream lives. All right, let's go ahead and finish off this video by going over our placements for this week. I'm going to be looking down so I can read them accurately to you. We currently have the sun in Sagittarius. We have a moon in Scorpio. If everyone has been feeling a little spicy, a little vengeful, a little jealous, a little envious, a little irritable, this is why. We also have our Mercury in Capricorn. So if people have been feeling a little snarky, a little sarcastic, this might be why. Venus is also in Scorpio, so there's a whole lot of tension there with a lot of negative energy with just Sagittarius at the sun being positive. We also have Mars in Sagittarius, so other positive energy, and Jupiter in Taurus, retrograde as I mentioned earlier. We have Saturn in Pisces, and that will be here for the next 3 years. Uranus, currently in Taurus, also retrograde. Neptune in Pisces at the 24th degree, which is Piscean degree, so some of you should be having some very vivid dreams about now. And Pluto is still in Capricorn, so that karma is still karmaing, okay? That karma is going to continuing karma in until we get into Pluto in Aquarius, and then it's going to take more of a volatile look. Our North Node is still in Aries, and our Lilith is still in Virgo. This is a beautiful spiritual time for those of you who believe in spirit to really ask for help and support in identifying a new persona and making peace with your authentic spiritual self.